is about preparing for my upcoming trip. Now, those who have watched previous motovlogs might realize that I am planning an upcoming trip, most likely to the Keys next week if the weather cooperates. It'll be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I have to say that preparing for it has become very interesting. You know, it's not like when you have a car, you just throw everything in the trunk of your car and you go. I mean, space is very limited on a motorcycle, as motorcyclists know, so you have to prepare differently. And that's actually been quite interesting, because I am now finding that, well, I'm not finding it now, but I mean, smaller is better. Okay, for example, my laptop will not be going with me. My iPad will not be going with me. What will be going with me is my iPhone, my 32 gigabyte 4th generation iPod Touch, and of course my motovlogging equipment, etc. And, you know, I'm taking photos as well, of course. But just what I need, just the bare minimum of what I need for those 4 days. And the way I started packing for this was, well, first of all, I ordered saddlebags for my motorcycle. Found them on, I think it was Amazon. I didn't get the ones that go with the bike because, first of all, they cost $600 just for the bags themselves, and secondly, you have to pay $200 for the changes to the bike that to be able to hold them, something about the back rails and this and that, and that would be $200 plus, of course, labor for that. So, you know, I'm looking at $1,000 right there for bags that I probably won't use too often because I work too much to go on too many really long trips that would justify the cost. So I found some bags on Amazon. And then I realized, when I lived in Europe, I used to do bicycle trips. You know, and I had luggage like that fit the back of my mountain bike, and I would take just what I needed and go. And that made packing a lot easier for me, because I actually knew what I was doing rather than trying to make it up while I went along. And so I'm not going to say I'm packed, but what I will say is that I have been putting things in different places and testing things out to see if they work, etc. And it's so much easier, even though a motorcycle trip like this is new to me, it's so much easier when something is not so new to you for you to figure it out. For example, from bike touring, I know that the bags should be evenly weighted. You know, it's something very simple, but not something everyone would think of. You know, you don't put your extra shoes in this side and your extra trousers in this side. You put one shoe in each and one extra trousers in each as well. There's that stupid word again. Yes, I keep saying trousers. The reason being is that's the UK word. And while I have not lived in the UK, I went for a good 7 years without having daily contact or even weekly contact with Americans when I lived in Europe. All my colleagues at one point in time were British or Irish, and they all used to say the word trousers, and that word has sort of slipped into my vocabulary, so I don't apologize for it, but that's why. Anyway, yeah, so if you're going on a trip like this, I mean, and even for you of those going on really long trips, make sure your bike is evenly weighted. It makes your life a heck of a lot easier. And I can tell you this because mine wasn't when I first started doing bicycle tours in Europe, and bam, down the bike went the first time I got on it. And it got so that, I mean, I could easily pack for a bike trip, a bicycle trip. No, I knew exactly what I needed to do. I knew what needed to go where, and I knew the changes I had to make when I got on the bicycle that is, regarding weight shifting, because yes, with all that weight on there, it will shift. You know, and if you're traveling with a laptop, well, that's even additional weight that's not really needed, in my opinion, unless, of course, you have to work or something like that, in which case it is. But when you do pack, keep it light. And that might be quite obvious, but look at something and say to yourself, do I really need this? You know, I mean, I'd love to take my iPad with me, but I don't need it. Because my iPod Touch will do everything that my iPad will do. And my iPod Touch is the size of an iPhone. I probably don't even need my iPod Touch, but it's so small I'm taking it with me anyway, just because I can. I guess that's about it. So, yeah, I guess that's about it. I was trying to think of any other advice I could give people, but I can't, so have a good evening, everybody, or afternoon, or morning, or whatever time it is in your time zone.